Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Madison police are searching for a woman who was convicted in the 2014 Slenderman stabbing case. Morgan Geyser was 12 years old when she and another girl stabbed and nearly killed a classmate, reportedly to please a fictional horror character called Slenderman. Both girls pleaded guilty but were sent to state mental health facilities. Geyser, now 23 years old, was granted conditional release earlier this year. Investigators say she cut off her monitoring bracelet and left a group home in Madison Saturday night.
I mean, I just hope people are patrolling the right things and that kids stay safe and families stay safe and no one's freaked out in their mind right now.
Geyser was reportedly last seen near Cronky Drive and Whitney Way. Here in La Crosse, holiday magic is in the air at the Fox Hollow Event Center for the Mistletoe Market. More than 50 local vendors filled the space with everything from handmade candles and baked treats to skincare and unique woodworking. Families enjoyed on-site food, signature holiday cocktails, and a joyful atmosphere while supporting local businesses and finding special gifts for everyone on their list.
This time of year, more than ever, it is important to support local makers because you're really putting all of that back into the community, which is the only way we can keep them around.
The market on the Mississippi hosts 3 markets throughout the year, including the annual Mistletoe Market. One of the region's longest running holiday traditions returns to the La Crosse Center this weekend. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us from the newsroom with what's behind the continued excitement. Jadius.
The largest crowds yet. Shoppers packed both the South Hall and arena as the holiday fair wrapped up its final day, featuring hundreds of booths with crafts, gifts, and seasonal treats. For many, it's become a yearly way to kick off the season.
We see a lot of people from the community that we know. It's a great community event. Getting a chance for everybody to come together to get into this holiday spirit.
The fair also plays a big role for local vendors, giving them exposure to shoppers they might not typically reach.
It's so large and there's so many other vendors here, so somebody might be coming to shop at a different vendor and stop at your booth and maybe like what they see and you have a new customer.
And with thousands of people walking through the doors, the event is also a major boost for the La Crosse Center itself.
It's great for the center. You know, we get people into the center and be able to see some of the events that get put on here, and also and let the people from outside the area see what the La Crosse Center is about in La Crosse area.
Organizers say the strong turnout this year helped to cap off the event's 61st year, and they're already looking forward to next year. Live in the newsroom, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jadius. Today, history and holiday cheer came alive at the Hickson House. Visitors could experience a unique tour that transported them to the festive 1947 holiday party held by post-war dorm girls. Guests walked through the decorated house following the stories of the young women who lived there after World War II, all portrayed by actors.
You know, we all come from someplace else, and this is the history that exists. Plus this house, 95% of the furnishings and artwork in this house are original to Ellen and Gideon Hickson.
The next set of holiday tours at the Hickson House will be December 5th through the 7th. Gamers of all types took over Winona today for WinonaCon, the region's premier tabletop and sci-fi festival. From board games to live-action adventure, people of all ages and experience levels came for a wide range of activities. Organizers say it is a great way to connect and learn from other gamers.
It becomes a whole different dynamic when you play with other people. Because you get to see how other people play the game. You get to see a lot of different types of games that you might not know. You can go to a game store and say, oh, this looks cool, this looks cool, this looks cool. But until you buy it and bring it home, you can't play it.
The event held special tournaments, seminars, and family-friendly activities, bringing together game enthusiasts and curious beginners alike.
Well, the area saw another above average day of high temperatures, very similar to yesterday, and we're likely going to continue to see this warmth continue on into the start of this week. Your high temperature today in La Crosse, 55, 54 in Eau Claire. That puts most of the area around 15 degrees above average, and that's going to continue again as we go into Monday and Tuesday. Even the warmth feeling in the morning as well, as low temperatures get hit a little bit earlier on in the morning hours, likely around 2 or 3 in the morning. So by the time that most of us wake up, it's already going to be in the 40s. So another mild day of temperatures ahead of us for Monday, but we do have some rain moving in late, and then a couple days after that going into Monday morning, we'll likely have a lot of that rain turning into snow as a major drop in temperatures is on the way. So I'll have all the details and the holiday forecast coming up in a little bit.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. While President Trump has not publicly commented on the negotiations, he has had a lot to say about the Russia-Ukraine war. CBS News' Willie James Inman has the new details.
We have to get it ended. With talks underway in Geneva, President Trump sought to keep the pressure on Ukraine to accept a deal. In a Truth Social post on Sunday, President Trump claimed the war in Ukraine would have never happened with strong and proper U.S. and Ukrainian leadership, adding they had expressed zero gratitude. In a statement today, President Zelensky again thanked the U.S. and European partners. U.S. officials maintain the peace plan was authored by the U.S. with input from the Ukrainians and Russians. Despite bipartisan concerns, it heavily favors the Russian point of view.
That is a very good deal for Russia. It is a horrible deal for Ukraine, for our allies, and even for our own national security.
Also this weekend, Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says she is not running for president. The conservative firebrand abruptly resigned from Congress effective January 5th, following a public falling out with President Trump over the Epstein files. She was one of several Republican lawmakers who supported a vote to release the files over the president's objections, prompting Trump to call her, quote, Marjorie Traitor Greene.
Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for.
After the president changed his mind on the issue, the House and Senate voted overwhelmingly last week to release those files. Meanwhile, the president says that Greene would have never survived a primary. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
Meanwhile, back here in the States, President Trump is renewing his call for the arrest of a group of Democratic lawmakers who urged troops to disobey illegal orders that might be issued. Today, Trump repeated his assertion that the move was, quote, sedition at the highest level. The 6 lawmakers posted the video message last week on social media. Trump called the post, quote, seditious behavior, punishable by death. The lawmakers issued a statement saying they will, quote, not be intimidated. U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem visited Minneapolis-St. Paul International today. Noem presented TSA workers who worked through the historic government shutdown with $10,000 checks. She also announced investments in new technology, equipment, and resources. Well, the Packers were trying to stop a 2-game losing skid at home today against their rivals, the Minnesota Vikings. News 8 Now sports director Jacob Lenzendorf joins us with more from today's game.
Yeah, Brooklyn, the Vikings have had the Packers' number at Lambeau Field lately, winning the last 2 meetings in Titletown, but it was a different story today. First possession for the green and gold. They find the painted area. No Josh Jacobs, no problem. Emmanuel Wilson scores to put Green Bay in front. Then in the third quarter, it's Wilson again. He had a career-high day, 107 yards on the ground. But the story of the day was the Packer defense as they held Minnesota to just 4 yards total in the entire second half. The Packers go on to win 23-6. Just a dominant showing for Green Bay as they begin a grueling back half of their schedule. Cade will have a full report from Lambeau coming up later in sports. Brooklyn, back over to you.
Thank you, Jacob. Scammers are getting smarter and artificial intelligence is helping them do it. Experts say criminals are now using AI to clone voices, create entire fake businesses, and craft convincing emails. Statistics show 1 in 10 adults globally has already fallen victim to an AI voice scam.
More sinister ones are where they're actually pretending to be somebody that you know. And so somehow they get a name of a loved one or an address and contact people to say they need money, they're in jail, they need a loan.
Tomorrow at 6, News 8's Alexandra Carter shows you how scammers are stealing your voice from social media and what you can do to protect yourself. Still to come, coming up, take a behind-the-scenes look at this year's Rotary Lights celebration. We'll have this week's eyepiece after the break.
Every accident is different. Different driving conditions, different injuries, different life circumstances. The insurance companies often use these circumstances to avoid paying you what you deserve. At Gruber Law Offices, we know how insurance companies can take advantage after an accident. Trust our experience and history of successfully helping our clients. And remember, there is never a fee until we win. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Things are moving fast here on Highway 61, where we're updating our facilities to become the new Sugarloaf Automotive, still with the same great sales and service team, along with great deals. A new Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited up to $9,000 off MSRP during the Black Friday sales event. Or a new Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab up to $15,000 off and 3.9% for 72 months. Come see us today on the sunny side of Highway 61, Winona.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Well, it's that time of year again, and the Rotary Lights are almost set up for the season. News 8 photographer Duncan Noose took a behind-the-scenes look at the volunteer work that goes into setting up this local Christmas tradition.
Well, we put up this display every year, which takes 5 to 6 weeks to get everything up in Riverside Park. It's our 31st year. Hard to believe, but it's our 31st year, and we're very fortunate to have Riverside Park, and it does lend itself very well to a walk-through or a drive-through. We ask the people to come down, and if you enjoy the show, even though it's free, that if you feel good about it, please leave some non-perishable food items or a check behind so we can keep this going.
Watch your step. Could be holes anywhere. How are we doing? Good. Oh, this is my 6th year here at Rotary Lights, the 3rd year as Pat's assistant. We're just helping all the volunteers get organized and help them get their job, help them help us in the party. Definitely a community effort, and it's to be surrounded by some of the folks that have been here for 25, 28, 31 years. And if anybody comes by and says you're wrapping them the wrong way, ask them why. And because you're not, they just like to mess with volunteers. The sad part is I fell for it 3 days ago, okay? And I've been here 6 years. It couldn't be done without people.
The Rotary Lights kicks off this Friday at 5 in Riverside Park, and admission is free. Coming up, one of the warmest states seeing snow, how rainfall brought some welcome snowflakes after the break.
And we have a chance to see some snow back here at home, but it will start in the form of some showers coming tomorrow. I'll have all the details in your full forecast coming up right after the break.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Black Friday deals all month long. Up to 60% off list only at Slumberland. Like a comfy Ashley sofa, just $339. Plus a best-selling Lazy Boy recliner, just $399. Relax in a dual power reclining sofa in leather for just $799. Deals so big, prices so low all month long. Get a new Ashley 6-piece dining set for just $399.
Black Friday all month long sale.
Get these deals while they last. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Heck yeah.
Meet Jan. She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell. You see, once daily Jardiance can help lower your A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So ask your doctor about Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red? Making customers happy. That's my favorite tradition.
Like my sweater.
Get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $1,000 bonus cash on a new Ford Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona. Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Californians got some unexpected snow this weekend. After heavy rainfall, some cities across the state started to see the rain slowly turn into snow. California normally has to actually make snow for snowboarding and skiing, but they got some in the natural way this year. Well, there's not really any snow around here. It was actually pretty sunny today, kind of nice. So we'll hand it over to meteorologist Nicole Skalicksky for your full forecast.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to take in this kind of weather while we have it, because we have some big changes on the way coming in just the matter of a couple days. So make sure to get outside and enjoy the weather. At least tomorrow, we have a couple showers moving in late, and we'll likely have some fog passing through for areas further to the south as we go into tomorrow morning. Mainly looking for folks south of I-90, especially into northeastern Iowa. Chances are that that fog could get quite dense, especially the further south that you are, but still some questions on how far north it gets. So really just prepare for maybe a couple reductions in visibility as we go throughout tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it should be burning off pretty quickly. And then we have some rain moving through that will start tomorrow afternoon and extend all the way into Tuesday night. After Tuesday night, we have some pretty much cooler temperatures moving in that'll aid in transitioning that rain to some flurries by the time we wake up Wednesday morning, and then by Wednesday, much cooler. So a little bit of an active period coming up, leading up to the holiday travel coming up this week. So definitely, if you are traveling anywhere within the region, there is some active weather going on. You're going to want to stay updated on the most recent forecast to avoid any headaches on the road. Starting tomorrow, not going to be too bad for driving. We'll likely see some rain moving in sometime in the afternoon hours. First getting to folks closer to I-90, and then once we move into the evening, we'll likely see more widespread rain extending further to the north sometime around 7 or 8 p.m. tomorrow. We'll likely see a little bit of a break then from the rain as we go into the Tuesday overnight period, but the cloud coverage sticks around for the entirety of this period. By the time we wake up Tuesday morning, a couple lingering scattered showers throughout the area, but again, they become more widespread once we get a little bit later on in the day. By about the noon hour, seeing more widespread showers moving through across the area, and we'll likely see yet another round of rain coming in as we go into the evening. So we have a very wet set of about 48 hours ahead of us, fully seeing rain all the way through most of Tuesday, but then behind this batch of rain, much cooler air is going to be funneling in from the west. We'll get a little bit of a dry slot before we see a lot of that snow moving in, but it is going to be moving in nonetheless. Sometime after midnight going into early Wednesday morning, a lot of that would-be rain transitions then to snow because of that much colder air funneling in, and we'll likely still see a few light flurries degrees as we wake up Wednesday morning. Most of the snow will be falling in the overnight period, but again, still some lingering light snow Wednesday morning. The main concern with this is that it's going to be quite windy by the time we wake up Wednesday morning. So blowing snow is a little bit of a concern. We're not expecting snowfall amounts enough to really cause any drifting on the roadways, but definitely reductions in visibility with stronger wind gusts throughout Wednesday could be a little bit of an issue. The good news is a lot of this morning snow moves out fairly quickly, and we should be dry by the time we get into Wednesday evening. And then we have a little bit of a dry break in the forecast, but we'll likely have some more rain and snow moving in as we get towards the end of the week. As far as rainfall goes, this is what is going to fall before we get the transition to snow Tuesday night. So really actually a healthy dosage of rain for this time of year. Most of the area getting at least a ½ an inch between Monday and Tuesday's rain, and then going into our snow amounts. Most of the area seeing, skipped right past it. Most of the area seeing about an inch, but folks closer to I-94 in northward, that's where we're seeing the possibility of maybe 2 to 3 inches. Still some question though on how much snow we could see across the I-94 corridor. The highest amounts are likely to stay north of the area, thankfully, but really the main concern is going to be that wind on Wednesday, because it's going to be quite windy and about 20 degrees cooler than Tuesday's highs, so a big change up on the way.
That's true. If you're traveling this Thanksgiving, beware of that wind. That gets hard when you drive. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, Luke Fickell speaks on last night's impressive Wisconsin win, plus a full report from Lambeau Field as the Packers were taking on the Vikings. Jacob is in next with sports.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, causing irreversible vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down, get it going slower.
Ask your doctor about Izervay.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay is the #1 prescribed FDA-approved treatment for new GA patients. Izervay is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression, which may help preserve your vision longer.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Slow your GA. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Why wait till Black Friday for big savings? At Wesco and Sparta, it's Black November. Everybody does Black Friday, but at Wesco, every day in November is Black Friday. Get breakdown the door savings on furniture, mattresses, appliance, and flooring. Then save even more with coupon savings of $25 to $100 off. Buy one item, use a coupon. Buy 10 items, use 10 coupons. There's no limits during Black November. Now at Wesco and Sparta. Look in your paper for coupons or online at shopwesco.com.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
We will get to Kate in just a second, but the last time the Packers lost 3 straight home games was way back in 2017 after Brett Hundley had to fill in for an injured Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay looking to avoid 3 straight defeats at Lambeau Field today against the Vikings. After falling behind 3-0 early, the Packers finding pay dirt. Emmanuel Wilson, who was filling in for Josh Jacobs, rumbles his way into the end zone, with the home side up 4. After the made PAT, Green Bay would be up 10-6 at half. Then out of the half, a huge play here. Daniel Whelan with the punt. Miles Price lets it bounce, but gets pushed into it for a fumble, and the Packers jump on it, so that sets them up in prime position. And it's Wilson again deep in enemy territory with the score. He had a career day with 28 carries for 107 yards. And the Green Bay defense was phenomenal. They had 5 sacks of J.J. McCarthy, including 2, courtesy of that guy right there, Micah Parsons, who was a force all game long. Then GB up 17 late in the 4th, looking to put it on ice, and McCarthy missing his target high, and Evan Williams is there for the pick, the second for the Pack in the game. Green Bay picks up the 23-6 win over their border rival. Our own Kate Overton was at Lambeau Field and has a report from the impressive victory.
A big one here at Lambeau Field today. The Packers in action for their first of 3 straight divisional games, taking on the Minnesota Vikings, who are trying to hold on to their playoff hopes. Josh Jacobs ruled out prior to the game, but it didn't matter because the offense was humming. Emmanuel Wilson got this start at running back, and he made the most of it. A season-high 28 carries for 107 yards, scoring 2 touchdowns.
To me, I mean, I've been doing it all my life, so I mean, the achievement is great, but it's on to the next.
You know, he's the guy that we got confidence in, you know, and for him to be able to find out that as well, that Josh would be going, I think, you know, mentally he was preparing all week to be the guy, and then to find out and come out here and, you know, have over 100 yards and break off some of the runs he did was pretty cool.
The Packers' leading tackler on the year, Quay Walker, not playing in the game, but the defense still had their moments, picking up 5 sacks and had J.J. McCarthy on his toes all game long, forcing him to throw 2 interceptions.
We were just making them uncomfortable. You know, we were disguising things. I felt like the quarterback was kind of antsy back there a little bit, and, you know, we were getting after him too, you know, making him super uncomfortable.
I thought it was a dominant defensive performance, which allowed us to play the way we played.
Even the special teams got involved as a huge muff punt recovered by Green Bay led to a touchdown right after halftime. That helped lead the green and gold to a win.
Saw the ball was bouncing around him, and so I tried grabbing him and throwing him into the ball, and it hit him, and so I jumped on it and hung on to it in the pile and came out with it.
So that will do it here from Lambeau Field. The Packers now with a quick turnaround as they'll be hitting the road for a Thanksgiving Day matchup against the Detroit Lions. Reporting from Green Bay, Kate Overton, News 8 Sports.
All right, thank you, Cade. Meanwhile, a couple close calls for other NFC North teams. Say the Bears hold on for a win to maintain first place in the division with that 3-point lead over the Aaron Rodgers-less Steelers. And the Giants had a 10-point lead in the Lions in the 4th quarter, but Detroit got it to overtime and would go on to win by 7. So as Cade mentioned, setting up a big one in just 4 days on Thanksgiving between the Packers and Lions. Well, what a win last night for the Badgers. Wisconsin picking up their 2nd-ranked win in 3 weeks with the 27-10 victory over Illinois, where they pretty much controlled the game from the start. It seems as though the direction of the program could be making a sharp turn for the better, and head coach Luke Fickell was happy he could send out his seniors with a win on senior night.
I mean, there's nothing better than sending these seniors out of here the right way. I know this isn't, you know, the end-all be-all, and it's been a battle, ups and downs, and been a rough year, as you guys all know, but you know, you got to play your best ball at the end of the year if you're going to move in the right direction.
So the Badgers will wrap up their season Saturday with a battle for the Axe on the road, looking to win 3 of their final 4 games on the year. And from Badger success in the gridiron to the hardwood, the Wisconsin women's basketball team is 6-1 and has won 5 straight games. And part of the reason why they've been playing so good lately is the play of area native, Prairie du Chien native, Lily Cron, the senior sharpshooter, with 6 more threes today in a 81-63 win over Detroit Mercy after a 25-point performance back on Wednesday. Congratulations to her, and best of luck the rest of the way. That's all for sports. Got more news on the other side of the break.
Stop in where family and friends gather for the lunch sizes. The penny leaves you satisfied. The nickel may require a power nap. With the dime, it's eat what you can and take the rest to go. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday for dine-in, carry-out, and curbside at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Not everyone calls me coach. The most important people call me dad. As a parent, I want to teach my kids the value of bringing their best minds and hearts to everything and everyone. As examples of what that means in action, I often point to the care teams at Amplify Health. These pros go all in service to the well-being of others. Their parents should be very proud.
We know, like, if we help one person and if we impact their life and have such a positive influence on them when they're coming in here working on sometimes the hardest thing for themselves that they can do, and they can then help the next 3 to 5 people that they encounter, our reach goes more.
It's often regaining control. It's finding clarity. So working with people to break down their steps in taking the intentional action to move the needle forward towards whatever they want to accomplish.
Head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
When we say we're stuffed in here like a sausage, we mean it. Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive. We buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year.
We ship nationwide every week. We buy vehicles nationwide as well.
Here are a few examples of why we are the undisputed price leader.
Mach-E's from $30,000 off new MSRP. Lincoln's from $15,000 off new MSRP. Or how about late model Mustang convertibles from $16,995.
Get to the sunny side of 61.
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
Stop in where family and friends gather for the lunch sizes. The penny leaves you satisfied. The nickel may require a power nap. With the dime, it's eat what you can and take the rest to go. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday for dine-in, carry-out, and curbside at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, Christmas is a time for cheer. Central Europe is bringing a scary tradition to the crowds.
Crowds gathered in Slovenia for a frightfully festive parade. In some folklore, Jolly St. Nick is accompanied by terrifying Krampus. While St. Nick delivers presents to the good children, Krampus punishes the naughty kids with scares.
The costume demons spooked crowds with horns, chainsaws, and even mini motorbikes. That is horrifying. That is definitely not what I think of when I think
Christmas,
yeah.
right? That is very scary. I'll stick with Santa. I don't want Krampus anywhere near me.
More of a Halloween scare I could get behind it, but I don't know, not really.
I don't know about that one.
Okay. Maybe it works well on getting the kids to be good though. Anything that can do that is probably for the best. Okay, I'll have another look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. The First Warn Weather Storm Runner. Only from News 8 Now. Expect more.
Maxwell White Plumbing stands behind every bathroom remodel. With over 700 5-star reviews, we guarantee you're going to love your new bathroom. And for a limited time, offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram or Jeep now during the Wrap Up the Year sales event. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn and Laramie. And get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry in because this offer ends December 1st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Hey, Dominic here. I want to show you how easy it is to make award-winning chili using our Chili Please Me. First, brown 1 pound of ground beef with 1/2 cup of onion and 1/2 cup of celery. Then add 1 can of kidney beans, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1/2 cup of water, and 2 teaspoons of Chili Pleasing. Let that simmer for 30 minutes and you're good to go. Get Chili Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. It's definitely a winner.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses, adjustable bases, and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw it on a rug to complete any room, scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Be a part of News 8 Now's Joy of Sharing, Friday, December 5th at the Onalaska Festival Foods.
All donations go towards our local Toys for Tots, the Hunger Task Force, and Salvation Army.
organizations serving our community.
Please bring sealed, non-perishable food items, new or unused toys, or make a cash donation. All those donations stay to help those right here in our community.
You are what makes this event great, and we'll see you Friday, December 5th for the Joy of Sharing.
We were in the beginning process of figuring out what we wanted to do to remodel 2 bathrooms. It was so helpful to be able to walk into the trailer and feel like you can envision that in your own home.
Well, we have a roller coaster drop of temperatures ahead of us. Monday and Tuesday likely still seeing high temperatures slightly above average in the 50s, but then by Wednesday we plunge down into the 30s where we will likely stay for what seems to be the near future. And Wednesday is going to be quite windy as well, with a chance for some morning flurries. So really not a great day, especially if you have any travel plans going before the holidays, something to be aware of.
Krampus is a little more scary than those.
A little bit more.
That's
just
true.
a little bit.
Oh, I don't like Krampus. All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.